All right. Hello, Dr. K here, the Essential Musician. And I'm going to go a little bit rogue today. Welcome to Dr. K's Office Hour. I'm not going to be looking for the comments in the Facebook video because I'm doing something special today. So today we're going to talk about using essential oils to manage feelings of discomfort. So, yeah. Now, where I work at Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, I give usually a class every month or two for their health and wellness series, and it's an essential oils class. And I planned ahead this time, and I thought, well, I knew that I was going to be doing a lecture, not a lecture, a workshop presentation kind of thing on this topic this week. So I did it yesterday. So I planned my blog post to go live at this week. And I also have a slide deck. And I thought, you know what? I spent a lot of time on my slide deck. Why don't I just treat this like a lecture? I'll do it like a faster version than I did yesterday. And also, this is the first time I've used Canva to do my slides instead of PowerPoint. They look really nice, and I was able to do all my branding and my fonts. It looks really good. So I kind of just want to use them because they look nice and because presenting in Canva is kind of fun. So I'm going to share my screen, and I guess it will be this. And here we go. So if you are watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would invite you please to pop your comments in the chat or send me them if you don't want to pop your comments like in the chat. I'm trying to grab my controls here. Then just send me a DM, send me a message or an email or whatever. Happy to answer any questions for you. Now remember, I am a piano doctor. I am not a people doctor. Okay, so please use your common sense. We're going to manage expectations, and we're going to talk about how you can use some of these really great essential oils. Maybe you have them sitting in your house, you don't know what to do with them. Maybe you know that there are ways to use essential oils to manage things that are bothering you. So I'm here to help you learn how to do that, or remind you maybe how to do that. So hey, don't my slides look nice? They look really nice. I'm not good at this stuff. That's why I'm like, hey, look how good I am. I'm so not good at this. Okay. Here's the agenda for our presentation today. We're going to talk about how essential oils and medications are different from each other, some safety guidelines, and which oils to use and how to use them. So medications, of course, they're designed for a specific purpose, and they do that purpose well. So if you take a med to do a thing, it's going to do the thing. But you know what happens, right? You take a med to do a thing, and oh yeah, it'll do the thing, but you'll end up sometimes with unwanted side effects, right? And sometimes, and I'm thinking from the point of view of musicians or anyone who has to really do really deep focus. I was talking with someone who really struggles with some situations, and he's got some prescription meds that he takes when he needs them. And he said, I take them and they work, but I need my brain. This is what he told me. I need my brain. And I thought, oh, that's like, that right there is one of the main reasons I decided to become a doTERRA essential oils educator, because I knew that my musicians needed a choice between taking a thing to manage something annoying and dealing with the side effects of the thing. Sometimes it's not worth it for us to take the med because the side effects are not worth it. Often, musicians, we often are faced with that choice. And essential oils might actually help give you a viable option. They don't work the same. Okay? So they're not going to be a direct replacement. You have to know how to use them. You have to use them differently, and they do not work in the same way. So you have to be careful. And if you have any questions about interactions between oils and meds, that's on you to go talk to somebody who knows these things. I don't know these things. I'm not qualified to answer that question. So, and looking on the internet, I have a blog. I can publish whatever I want in my blog. Just because it's on the internet doesn't make it true. Go talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about. Okay. The internet is not a reliable source of education. And speaking of that, you should be skeptical of everything I tell you to. I hope that you are. Question everything. That's what we need to do more of these days. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you from my own experience, from my experience in working with people, from my experience in, reading textbooks and resources. This is where I know this stuff. And I have been pain med free for well over 3 years. Okay. So I am speaking from experience. We don't even have them in the house. We do. I lied. We do, but they're expired. So we don't use them. because we don't have to. We do this. Anyway, there's my thing. All right. Dr. K's all about speeches at this time of year. Now, essential oils, they're from plants. They're not designed to do anything. They just exist in the plant. They do various things. And for the plant, it's like their protection from predators and I don't know what else they do. But they're just there. When we extract them, we can use them. They smell great. It's what makes the plant smell like the plant, right? And then they work with the body. I don't know how they work with the body. I know I need to do another degree in biochemistry to figure this out. I don't know. But when you use them, when you use essential oils on your body, in your body, around, you smell them or whatever, they work with your body. So the changes are subtle. So, like when you take a medication for something, I know when I used to take a lot of them, for head issues, I could pretty much set my watch by it. It was usually right around 18 minutes I would start feeling better. And then I knew right around about the 4.5 hour mark, I would need another one. Okay. And then I had to stop taking them because my stomach could no longer handle it. And that was not good. So it was another year after that, after I stopped taking those, that I started using essential oils. And, the changes are really subtle. You use an oil and it's like, I don't know if it's working. And then you realize a couple hours later, oh, I actually feel better. I guess it must have gotten better on its own. Maybe, but maybe the oil helped. It's hard to know. That's why sometimes people think, oh yeah, essential oils don't work, because they're really subtle, but they work, but they're just kind of sneaky about it. Okay. And essential oils also have side benefits. It's like the opposite of meds. So a med is designed to do a thing. Essential oils just are things, and they're chemically complex. So if you are using a complex oil, like frankincense is a chemically complex oil, if you use frankincense for feeling anxious, it's also really great for your skin, and it's great for your immune system, and it may help you manage, a pounding head. So there you go. So they're all different. And if you use an oil for something it doesn't work, you may actually find it helps you with something else. I've had that with many oils before. Okay, purity really matters, like all the time for so many reasons, but especially if you're someone who is triggered by aromatic irritants, fragrance irritants, like my mom was. My mom had only one functioning lung. That one lung didn't work very well, and everything triggered asthma in her, everything. So I wish she were around for me to experiment on, because I'd be throwing oils at her all over the place. But usually the irritants are not necessarily the oil, though. Yes, you can have an irritation reaction from the intensity of the aroma. But usually when there's a fragrance that bothers someone, it's usually triggered by something that's been added into it. So have a look and see all the products in your house that have parfum or fragrance or anything like that in them. And you may find that when you can get rid of those, it's like having sugar's in everything. Fragrance is in everything. If you can get rid of that stuff in your house, you may find that some of those triggers actually become minimized. So the lemon oil test is a thing that I like to point people to when they're wondering, is my oil pure? Well, in my opinion, doTERRA's oils are the only ones that you can actually prove that they are. So remember that the essential oil industry, there's all kinds of stuff going on in essential oils, and you can't ever really be 100% sure. doTERRA does the best job, I think, of explaining how they do their purity testing. And if you want to know more about that, go to source2u.com, and it tells you all about their purity sourcing. I completely trust them, and when they say their oil is pure, I believe them. Now, if you go to the health food store and you grab an oil off the shelf and you're like, oh yeah, it's from the health food store, it's probably fine. Maybe not. Lemon oil is considered generally recognized as safe. GRAS. It's one that is recognized to be safe for ingestion. If you grab a lemon oil, you should find on the label somewhere that it's safe for ingestion. There may be nutritional information on it, or it might say something like safe for aromatic, topical, or dietary use. If it doesn't indicate that it's safe for ingestion in some way, and we're talking 1 or 2 drops, y'all. We're not talking about drink the whole bottle. That don't be dumb. Don't do that. 1 or 2 drops, okay? If it doesn't say that it's safe for ingestion, it should be. Let's just put it there. Okay, now when you use oils topically, which is how you mostly use oils for management of things that hurt. It's the best. I didn't bring my carrier. It's a good idea to use a carrier oil to minimize sensitivity, and it also allows you to use less essential oil. It stretches your stash a little bit. So, and I'll talk about those in a second. If you put on an oil and it feels too hot, don't put water on it. It's like eating a hot pepper and drinking water. It's just going to intensify it. So if that happens, if it's too hot on your skin, add a carrier oil and wipe it off to dilute. Add some more, wipe it off. Add some more. And we've all done the thing, as seasoned oilers, we've all had an incident where we get peppermint in our eye. Do not recommend, but if it happens, it hurts for like 5 minutes and then it goes away. You won't go blind, but it's like getting shampoo in your eye. It hurts. Don't do it. But if that happens, put a carrier oil in your eye. It feels weird. Feels really weird. Don't put water. It will intensify. Okay. All right. Best carrier oils. We always talk about FCO, fractionated coconut oil. It's a liquid coconut oil, kind of like MCT. I honestly don't know the difference, but apparently fractionated coconut oil you can't ingest, and MCT obviously you can't. I don't know the difference, but you could use MCT oil. doTERRA has an FCO, fractionated coconut oil. I trust it. It's clean, of course. I trust doTERRA. Jojoba is really good, especially for skin on the face. Apparently, for people who know these things, it's the closest pH to skin pH. I don't know. Apparently, jojoba is good for face. If you have someone who is allergic to nuts, you could try grapeseed. That's a good alternative for that. And here's a little quick dilution guide. Now, I want you to think about something. When people first start oiling, they think, oh, I have to do it exactly right. No. I want you to think of this cooking analogy, okay? Using essential oils is like Italian cooking versus baking. You know, when you're baking, you have to be really precise with all your measurements and the temperature, and it's fussy. And if you mess one thing up, then the whole thing flops. Essential oils are like Italian cooking. You use what you've got, you throw it in the pot, you taste it, you see if it works, you smell it, see if it works. If it's good, good. If you don't have all of the ingredients, that's okay. Use what you've got. If you need to add more something, fine. If it doesn't work, throw something else in. It doesn't matter. So this is a rough guide. When you first get started with essential oils, use this as a guide. 15 mils is a tablespoon. So tablespoon carrier. What I did for the longest time was I just had a little soy sauce container and I did a teaspoon, which is 5 mils. And then I just, did the math and just did it on the fly. I did that for a long time. Works great. So don't stress. If it gets too hot on your skin, just dilute further. If you're not sure, it's better to dilute more, to use more carrier than you think. And then you can always add more essential oil to it. It's really not that hard. Ask your oily support person. That's what we're here for. So here's your disclaimer. Not to be taken in lieu of medical advice. If you need a medical professional, please consult one. Don't be dumb. I'm not a medical professional. I'm a piano doctor. So there you go. Okay. Issues with head, muscles, and joints. Topical application works best. Many people ask me, how do I know how to apply? Well, how to use the oil? Well, if it's something that you feel like would feel better if you put something on it, put something on it. That's what you do. But here's the thing, this first point, apply early and repeat often. This is the key. And this is the biggest difference with using oils versus using meds. Okay. So very often when we think we may or may not have to take a med, we kind of wait and see if we really need it, especially if you have the issue I did with like the stomach problem that went along with taking meds. We tend to kind of wait and see if we need to take them. Oils, doesn't matter, slap it on. The only thing that'll happen is if your skin isn't happy, then just dilute with a carrier. That's all. And oils can do a bunch of things. So maybe you're using an oil like a peppermint because you want to like have a mid-afternoon wake up and you happen to put it around your hairline and it makes your head feel better. Bonus. So you don't have to avoid using oils when something hurts. Just use it. It's not going to make it worse. So there you go. But this thing, you have to put it early. So when you think you might be getting a sore head, maybe possibly in an hour, perhaps, that's when you use it. And then you know what's going to happen. Possibly if you get ahead of it, you'll think, oh, I guess I didn't need to take that oil after all because my thing in my head never materialized. Yeah, you know what? You probably just got ahead of it with the oil. But we don't think that way. We think, oh yeah, it just got better on its own. Maybe. Do you want to take that chance? I don't know. I'd rather smell good. And you have to reapply. This is the other thing. You don't have to wait 4 to 6 hours. You don't have to wait 4 to 6 hours. You just reapply. And if you need to reapply every 5 minutes, do it. Doesn't matter. Your skin will tell you if it's too much. Dilute, dilute, dilute. Okay. In case of skin sensitivity or if oils get into eyes, apply carrier. We have already talked about that. What to use? Peppermint. Peppermint. Now, what you see in the slide is you see, and I just realized maybe my screen is in a funny spot. Doesn't matter. What you see in the slide there is the touch version. So if you're looking in the doTERRA catalog and you see a roller bottle, this is past tense, but if you see a roller bottle like that, love past tense, and it says peppermint, the peppermint says peppermint touch on it. Peppermint touch means it's diluted with coconut oil, spewing past tense everywhere. So it's ready for topical application. These ones are not, right? These, I mean, those of us who are seasoned oilers, we just throw oils all over ourselves all the time. But you know, you really should dilute when you use topically. So you can either use the touch version, or if you don't happen to have one around, just squirt a little bit of coconut oil, put a drop in your hand, and then just apply. So for head, you put around your hairline, behind your ears. Lavender, yeah, lavender, yes, lavender, but only if it's pure, because if it's not pure, it'll be full of fragrance and that's the stuff that triggers the headache. So if you have real lavender, it's actually good for that. Okay. And I'll talk about past tense in a second, but there's lavender in this, sweetheart, and that's what this is for. Now I wanted to show you the frankincense peppermint thing. Okay. We're going to talk about internal use in a minute, but frankincense, you take a drop of frankincense on your thumb, you press to the roof of your mouth, soft palate at the back, and you hold for 20 seconds. You follow it with the same thing of peppermint. And what the peppermint does is it opens up the blood vessels or whatever, and it drives that frankincense in. That's how someone explained it to me. I don't know, it works, and you'll have really great fresh breath too, and it'll wake you up. And if you're a singer, apparently it helps open up your top range too. I'm not a singer. I don't know. So there you go. Something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. All good. Doesn't matter. Muscles and joints. So just before coming to come and talk to you, my husband was like, something's hurting in here. So the connective tissue, right up in here and down in here. Musicians, you need to listen to me on this one. Muscles and joints, what to use? You need lemongrass for that. Okay, lemongrass for this. Connective tissue, tendons, good on feet as well, by the way. So you need lemongrass. And it's March 2021. Lemongrass is actually really like 15% off. So it's almost free. It's like already one of the cheapy oils, and it's so cheap. So this is to get lemongrass. Wintergreen is also a really important topical use oil. It feels a little bit warming, smells a bit like peppermint, but peppermint feels cool. That's what I was going to say. Peppermint distracts the nerves. That's why when you put peppermint around your hairline, it's you chase the discomfort around your head because it distracts the nerve. It's like putting an ice pack on. Anyway, wintergreen has more of a warming feeling, and it's very similar chemically to aspirin. So it's a great topical use oil for things that are, hurting. Eucalyptus is an interesting one. Okay, when you have a workout and it's going to hurt the next day, right? Use eucalyptus on those sore muscles, those post-workout muscles. But don't wait until it hurts. Do it as soon as you're done your workout. That's when you use it. And then, it's really nice if you've had a really great workout and then take a bath, and then in the bath, put some Epsom salts and eucalyptus with the Epsom salts to have a really great soak. But when you're going to use oil in the bath, mix in the Epsom salts first and then disperse in the bath. Otherwise, the oil will just sit there in a glob on the water and not do anything. So that's, eucalyptus for post-workout. Lemongrass for connective tissue. My musicians, that one. Okay, and some specific doTERRA blends. This sweetheart right here, this is the one that everybody needs. Everybody loves this. There are lots of professional athletes that use this. It works for everything. It's a really great topical rub. It has wintergreen in it and peppermint and eucalyptus, I think, and some other things. And it's already diluted in a lotion, right? So you can just slap that on. Be very careful around your eyes. My dad said something funny once. I probably won't say it, so I won't. Anyway, it's very hot, cold. Depends on who you are, how you feel it. I feel it cold, but it's really lovely and it just smells really good. And you need just the tiniest little bit. So one of these lasts a really long time. Past tense. I have gotten more people to become customers with this one. It's the aroma is a bit polarizing. There's cilantro in it and people who hate cilantro really hate this one, but they all say that even if they don't like how it smells, I love how it smells. Even if they hate how it smells, it works like gangbusters. So as soon as I feel something happening around here, I just color all around my hairline, and I get the thing where I get my trigeminal nerve gets squeezed and it gets hot. So this, it's got some peppermint in it and some lavender and some other great things. This, I used to go through a bottle of this a month. Strangely enough, since I've been working from home, I don't need it very much. Interesting, hey? Anyway, I've had more people, sometimes when I wear this, people are like, it smells so good. I've had more people become customers because they've had really great results with past tense. It's a great one. Aroma Touch, I consider it the lemongrass equivalent in blend form. It's really great for connective tissue. It's nice and warming. It's a massage blend. Really, really nice. Internal use. This isn't for everybody. Not everybody is comfortable taking oils internally. If you do, maximum 18 drops per day. If you're a seasoned oiler, you can go a little bit higher, but not much. Okay, it's not for everybody. You can take in a veggie cap, which of course I didn't bring, but it's like a little capsule. You just make your own like capsule, pull them apart. You can, doTERRA has veggie caps in the shop, and you can just put your own like 2 or 3 drops of whatever oil you're using right in there and take it like a pill. So, and in case sometimes people say they feels like it's like heartburny, then just have a glass of milk after that. No big deal. Only use doTERRA oils, please. I could go on about that, but just listen to me on that one. Okay. Favorite single oils for management of discomfort. Copaiba is kind of like CBD, but it's from a completely different plant. So there's no issues crossing the border or anything like that. I could go all nerdy, chemical nerdy on the differences. I don't actually know tons, but I know more than, the average person on the differences between them. If you want to know, just send me an email and I'll let you know. So any of the things that CBD supports you with, Copaiba works in a similar way. They're different plants and everybody's body is different too. So, but that's basically the best analogy I can give you. Turmeric, many people know about turmeric. I am going to tell you a little bit about turmeric. So turmeric, if you're on a turmeric supplement, you get the powdered, you're getting the curcuminoids from the turmeric plant, okay? Turmeric produces curcuminoids and turmerones. Curcuminoids are in the powdered extract. And if you're taking that, you'll know that it doesn't absorb easily in the body. So the turmerones are from the essential oil, and most turmeric essential oil on the market is CO2 extracted, which doesn't give a complete chemical profile of the oil. doTERRA steam distills their turmeric, which does, I'm getting past tense. Am I eyeing? And my eyes going to start watering? We all do this. Okay. Turmeric that's steam distilled does maintain the chemical profile, but it's really hard to do. Anyway, so you get the turmerones in the essential oil. What you have here in the turmeric capsules is you have both. You have the curcuminoids in the powder and you have the turmerones in the oil. You have them together. It's like taking 50 million pounds of turmeric all at once in a little capsule. It's sort of a feat of engineering. And then if things are really bothering you and nothing's working, we have this little balm here. So take your veggie cap and drop in 2 drops of frankincense, lemongrass, and marjoram and take it like a capsule. Keep really close track of how much you're ingesting because it can get out of hand pretty quickly. But that one works really well. So some reminders, we're just wrapping up now. Apply early, reapply often, keep it away from your eyes like I just did with past tense. Use a carrier oil for topical use, and in case of irritation, just add that carrier, which I'm going to do in a minute on the side of my face. And if you decide that ingestion is something you want to try, remember maximum 18 drops, not the whole bottle, please. 2 drops at a time. Don't go crazy. Maximum 18 drops. All of this doesn't apply to any animals, okay? So this is just for humans. I'm not talking about animals here. And only doTERRA oils. Thank you. If you don't want to miss any of this great content, hop on my weekly email list. You can go over to theessentialmusician.ca. There's actually a freebie download there. I'm totally non-spammy. There's a freebie download there that helps you learn how to use the top 10 essential oils to manage sort of your basic health needs without side effects. And if you're a musician or someone who otherwise needs to concentrate, you may want to grab that. So thank you so much. This is a little bit long, but I try to get through it as fast as possible. You know where to find me if you have any questions. Bye, friends.